today?
This is Carmen. We've been seeing each other for about 5 years now, and we do a pretty cool shag. So
A pretty cool shag. So Carmen, you agreed to be here on Extol Live today to get your hair cut in front of the camera.
I did.
We appreciate that. What is it about Adam? Because I know that as we have gotten to know him, he is just a special human being.
He is very, very special. I first saw Adam in 2016 when we went to a salon to get our makeup done for a wedding, and I just kept looking at him and just loved how he did the person's hair. And I'm like, how can I get him into my hair? Because once I'm with a hairdresser, I'm very loyal to them. And I didn't know how to break up with that person. So then they called me, and they had, they couldn't do hair for a couple months. So that was my opportunity to stop at the salon. That same day I got that phone call and made an appointment with Adam, and the rest is history.
Oh, well, we're going to get an opportunity to hear more of your story in general, but what is it that you're doing here today? And this is the first for Extol Live. We haven't had any haircuts.
well, I'm very happy to be doing it.
We're excited about this.
We always do some sort of version of a shag. It's very rarely the same haircut twice, just because that's boring. So we try to make it fun each time. So today I'm actually making like star-shaped sections. And
When you say a shag, what is a 2022 version of a shag?
very textured, very layered,
Okay.
lots of movement and shape.
Okay, lots of movement and shake. But in addition to this, and we're, like I said, going to check back in with you in just a little bit, you're also here for one of our other, she's not even a guest anymore. She's a member of the Extol team, Chef Liz Martino from Mesa Kids Cooking School and all kinds of other things. I mean, she's probably the busiest person I know and doing good all over the community. You're going to cook with her today.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a great time.
And maybe reprise a little, I don't want to give it away, but let's just say this. If you are a fan of Worst Cooks in America, Adam has a connection. You have a true connection
This
to
is
that.
redemption.
It's redemption time. Well, we love redemption here on Extol Live. Carmen, thank you so much for trusting our cameras. I know you trust Adam already for being here. We're going to have a ball on Extol Live. So I am going to go ahead and go over to the kitchen part right now because we're going to dish while you start cutting. Works? All right. Wow. The before and after. Now, Adam, when we were prepping, and you always have to do pre-production, he said, oh, it won't be that much of a transformation. Wow.
There's just a lot on the floor.
I mean, but the cut and everything, I don't know if we can we actually turn Carmen just a little bit so we can get the full effect? I mean, so explain what you just did because we call it a 2022 version of a shag. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, so I just bring everything just completely directly off of the shape of the head and just cut it.
Just
cut it.
Just go with it. So
yeah.
what comes next?
What comes next? So, we all love that second day hair because it's a little dirty, where her hair is a little bit clean. So we're gonna make it a little bit dirty.
And what are you using?
That's actually a mousse because I grew up in the 90s and I love mousse.
I still love mousse.
Then we're gonna mix that with a little bit of volumizing styling balm. Just put a little bit in and you don't want it to get too dry, but then I'm gonna take a boar bristle brush, which will help smooth but also help control and just kind of dry that out.
Does that give it some extra va-va-voom, that lift?
It gives it some grit, it gives it some
Looks
grit is the appropriate way to
grit?
say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm just impressed with what you've done.
And then it's Carmen, so we're not gonna get it high enough. So.
Oh, Carmen, are you a go big or go home? Gosh, I love that. I love that.
And
I'm stuck in the 80s.
The higher the hair, the closer to heaven. Thank you.
well, and that's one reason why we work, because I didn't want to go to hair school till after I saw Steel Magnolias. And so,
Oh, we've got a Steel Magnolias fan over here.
so flat hair makes me sad.
So now we're just, I mean, what do you call this? Zhuzhing?
We're zhuzhing, we're shaking it out,
Adam will be on the other side in just a second, but you'll be able to see the volume that he is adding here. Adam, earlier Carmen was explaining how she had a stylist, and I think one of the things that anybody who really has a relationship with their stylist, hairdresser, whatever you want to call them, knows that it is terrifying to break up with one.
Yeah.
Why is that so hard?
Well, the way I kind of describe it is we go through all your major life events with you, and we also spend more like contact,
Yes.
like physical contact, than even say most of our doctors do. So that feels very personal, plus it is very intimate, but you know, the major life events is one thing I really focus on. You know, I've done someone's child's first haircut, and then I did her hair for her funeral. And
So, I mean, you explore the gamut. You had an opening because yours wasn't able to take you for a couple of months, so boom, enter Adam.
Exactly.
I already know the answer to this question, but have you had any regrets?
Not at all. I love Adam. He's always trying to teach you something about your hair, how to fix your hair, so he's definitely a teacher always.
Have you ever had that experience where you walk out of a stylist and, you know, they've done your hair and you're not quite happy like you thought you would?
Yes, absolutely. And I've never had that happen with Adam.
What does that make you feel like to have? I mean, it's trust, because you're handing over a lot to somebody when it comes to, okay, who is going to take care of my hair? But to hear, I mean, Carmen isn't the only client who says those things about you.
actually, the day I met her, of course, she already knew who I was. I walked up and introduced myself, and she said, "Well, I know who you are." And I'm standing behind her, talking to her through the mirror, and she's telling me that story. And I had that like one single 90210 tear coming down, and it's validation, especially, you know, you hear a lot of, "You can't do this," or "Why are you doing this?"
Right.
Because I want to. That's why. And
You stepped out of a great salon, a bigger salon, and decided to go out on your own with
did.
Adam Paul Salon. I mean, what made you take that jump? Because there are people right now who are saying, "I'm not satisfied where I'm at. I'm not satisfied working for other people, but I don't know if I'm ready to make that jump into working for myself."
Well, I'll tell you, I have worked for some very wonderful people. I really just needed to be me.
Yeah.
And now I get to be me.
What is your biggest piece of advice in that, though?
The scariest part is that it's scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you just embrace it?
You just embrace it. You trust yourself, which is the other scary part, but you just don't let yourself listen to
Nope,
that.
you have to. You do have to let those go. People can find you at Bolt and Tie.
I'm currently in Bolton Tie. AdamPaulSalon.com has a list of all, I say ours because I run it with Jason, but
Yes.
you know, you can book online and all my services.
Well, we appreciate that, Carmen. Can you see yourself? Have you seen how fabulous you look here?
I
mean,
told
feel
her I
like we
didn't
need to
bring a
get
mirror.
we need a close up. Can we get a close up here on Carmen? Because wow, you looked amazing when you walked in. But I mean, I'm absolutely in love with what you just accomplished. That's for sure.